Despite my reaction and my feeling, because they hit a nerve to the email that they sent me, I'm still going to give you guys an honest review, just like always, and give you guys my opinion on the product. So we're going to jump right into this. We have Apex Labs Muscle Defense. There it is. We're going to go over the ingredients so you know what you put in your body, and we'll go over my personal experience on this. So jumping right into this, we'll talk about this after I go over the ingredient profile. Put it right in front of me. We have one scoop, 16.85 grams. 15 servings per container. Scooper is pretty much right on. Calories, 59 calories per serving. Carbohydrates, 3.8 grams. Sugars, 0.2 grams. Protein, from whey protein isolate, 10 grams. Vitamin D3, 50 micrograms. Does a lot with the hormone production in the body, but also does some stuff with insulin as far as delivery and opening up and allowing activation of cells on the muscles, especially when it's coupled with protein. Then we have vitamin B12 at 1.5 micrograms. This is a metabolism builder. It's going to help with the breakdown of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins to produce some energy. Also has some brain function benefits to it. Then we have chromium at 490 micrograms. And chromium is supposed to help with the uptake of glucose in the body. But the main thing on this is the ingredient VELOSITOL. If I'm saying that right. And we'll talk about all these ingredients. So we right on top of the label, the nitty gritty, the goodies, we have L-leucine, 1 gram. This is going to activate mTOR, the mTOR response in the body, which is going to help spike muscle protein synthesis, which is the repairing by drawing in amino acids from the blood into the muscles so they can repair themselves for better recovery and more muscle growth. Then we have HMB, 1 gram. Now, HMB is great for catabolic effects. So, leucine is going to help with the repair process, and HMB is it's going to be more anti-catabolic, which is it's going to lessen the breakdown process. HMB has also been shown at 2 to 3 milligrams a day to increase IGF-1 and also GH, which is growth hormone, which can help with insulin responses and stuff like that in recovery. Then we have loquat leaf extract at 40 milligrams. This has anti-inflammatory effects in the lungs. So we have bronchi in the lungs. And if these bronchi become inflamed, then it'll lessen the amount of oxygen and other gases that we may need to be absorbed through the lungs to help with other processes in the body. This has been shown to lessen inflammation in the bronchi. Then we have uric acid at 50 milligrams. This is a recombing ingredient. So this helps like Grains of Paradise and a few other Mitoburn, those type of ingredients out there. It's going to help brown white fat. Brown fat is what our body is going to go for energy during training, during exercise, or throughout your day for energy purposes and also to get rid of fat. So if we can take that white fat, which is hard for the body to break down, turn it into brown fat and train consistently over a period of time, then in all common sense, we're going to lose more fat mass within our body. This also has been shown only in mice to actually activate the expression of AKT and mRNA, which has a pathway to muscle growth through the activation of muscle protein synthesis and other actions in the body. Then we have VELOSITOL at 1 gram. So this is an ingredient that has been shown to take a certain amount of protein, let's say you're taking 25 grams of protein, and increase the muscle protein synthesis response by 30 to 40%. So pretty fascinating. And what this does is this increases insulin's ability to actually shuttle the amino acids into the muscle cells. So pretty interesting ingredients. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. I'm going to show what my thoughts are on Muscle Defense by Apex Labs. So jumping right into this, I just want to go over the profile itself and how I am impressed with the profile. So right on the top here, you got 10 grams of protein, which doesn't seem like much. But you throw the VELOSITOL in there, this is going to increase that protein effect by 30 to 40%. And then we have vitamin D3 that they added to it, which is going to increase the insulin receptor activation within the muscle cells. So we all look at vitamin D3 as just like a hormone precursor or something that's just good for the bones. But this literally increases the sensitivity of the muscle cells, which is going to, in turn, couple very well with the effects of the VELOSITOL as far as to shuttle amino acids into those cells. More activation, more response to the cells. You're going to get more amino acids in there. So you're going to get a really good response. You're going to throw leucine on top of this, 1 extra gram. So that's also going to be up there. And then you got HMB, which is one of my favorite ingredients. If you're over 40, I believe you should be taking 2 to 3 grams of this a day. This is going to lessen the catabolic effects of training and also just from aging or stress, or whatever's in your body. Your solic acid at 50 milligrams, this is more for recomping. So this is an ingredient in there that's been shown outside of mice studies to have effects on fat loss and recomping effects within the body. This is a 15-day supply. I didn't notice hardly anything for myself as far as recomp. I do that and control that with my diet. So my diet's in check. I'm going to give you guys my opinion on this. How's that? Because my experience wasn't like profound, but I did notice some anti-inflammatory effects. Now keep in mind, I'm a reviewer that trains. I'm a reviewer that eats 220 to 230 milligrams of protein. I'm a reviewer that takes HMB most of the time when I have the funds, 2-3 grams a day during training or after training, and I take creatine. I take plenty of carbs, and my fat is probably 3.0 my total calorie intake. Sometimes I'll drop down to 2.5. You don't want to go any lower than that for health purposes. And so I'm low fat, high protein, higher carbs. Energy responses are pretty much there on a cellular level. So a product like this is not going to affect someone like me who's consistently on it as much as it would, I'd say, the average person going to the gym that's not able to get the proper diet in there, that's not always getting quality protein in, that's not always getting quality ingredients. You may notice more anti-inflammatory effects. But who I think this is for is I think this is great for people over the age of 40 if you have just started training, you're trying to get everything dialed in, or if you've been doing it for a little while, but you're just crappy on your diet and your recovery and everything, this would be an ample product to actually throw in. Anybody under 40, well, one scoop of this is probably, and this is just my opinion, with the way this is all put together, it's going to give you a response of about 30 grams of protein as far as muscle protein synthesis, and then it's going to give you some extra anti-catabolic effects to it and some fat burning effects to it as well. I think they did a fantastic job on the product, and it can be useful. But I believe that people over the age of 40, over the age of 50 are going to get more profound benefits from this than somebody under 30 years old. Between 30 and 40, it just depends on like where you're at this time. But other than that, this is Dave. I hope that was good enough as far as review. And Apex Labs, freaking, you can take it or leave it. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next time.